audience who apparently have been watching television. For that, I thank you very much.
Channel 4.
Thank you. My mother appreciates you keeping me employed. What we're getting from the audience over and over again goes something like this. And Mr. Campbell and Dr. Kofi, if you do not want to weigh in on this, you don't have to, but of course you've got that option. Please respond to the negative campaign ads. Do you think your opponent is being fair? Well, it's a toss-up.
He watched the first negative ad, so let him go first.
No, this is tough.
Alphabetical.
Reverse.
Leadership means going first. Let's go.
All right, Mr.
All right,
Ostrowski,
about that. No, I do not. No, I do not. And I do reserve the right to...
Last question.
Oh, it's the last question?
Oh, goody, the nasty ads are the last question. Which means we have limited time and they can't go on endlessly. Okay, you're up.
Sure. Mr. Peters has 2 nasty ads plus a door-to-door piece that scares the bejeebers. My mom actually cried to me one day when she saw the first ad. She said, yes, absolutely. Those mothers that are in the audience, I feel your pain. Because I had to tell her that I'm still good enough to be invited over for Thanksgiving dinner. You know, even the flyers that I see that I want to bankrupt Social Security, I want to send jobs to China, I want to increase sales tax by 23%. I'm this bad thief and crook. Folks, they're all lies, and that's why I filed a defamation lawsuit against Mr. Peters. And Mr. Peters can say that they're all true, but they're not. They're blatant lies. He can bend the truth and try to spray it any way he wants to, and that's because he spent more millions of dollars on demonizing me as an individual. And now he's demonizing me in the Jewish community of metropolitan Detroit by trying to pretend that I'm anti-Israel on issues. Folks, I built my whole life building my character and my integrity. And I've built my whole life defending our values, our combined values. I will not allow a politician to spend mud and money from Washington demonizing me. It's not right, it's wrong, and that's why I will not drop this lawsuit.
Well, what I have found is that when people have a hard time arguing facts, they engage in name-calling. So that's what we've seen here is name-calling by my opponent. The ad regarding the lawsuit, which is that Mr. Ostrowski filed a defamation suit that he says he won't drop, he won't have to worry about that because it's going to be thrown out of court as a frivolous lawsuit, so he won't have to take any action on that. The ad is an accurate portrayal of a federal lawsuit that is pending before my Republican opponent. In fact, there is a group called this is, if you don't believe me, it's just the he said, he said type of thing, the Michigan Truth Squad, which is an organization that evaluates ads. It's out of the Center for Michigan. They are very tough on ads. I mean, they look for ads to try to find out who's stretching the truth, who's got facts, and who doesn't. They reviewed this ad, and they said it is no foul. And let me read what no foul means. Not every tough ad is a foul. Sometimes the Truth Squad will review an ad and find that it is totally accurate. That's what they found on this ad. Their overall impression, the ad is an accurate portrayal of claims made in a lawsuit by Rozone, etc., etc. The allegations of fraud, theft, and conspiracy are serious. This is what the Truth Squad said. It's not me saying, it's an independent group. We are interviewing for a job here. We will work for all of you. Anybody that goes for a job interview, a potential employer, would want to know whether or not that potential employee is being sued in federal court for fraud, theft, and conspiracy. That is information that's relevant. It's relevant. It's why employers spend a lot of money doing background checks. And I certainly believe that it is important for the voters to have that information. It's an accurate portrayal.